what I say or talk about now. I have nothing to hide and nothing to worry about because everything that they've done to me has been an intimidation tactic. I've known the entire time, but I've just been waiting to put this all together. And what actually helped me put it all together is the two lock boxes that I am able to see. The one on the apartment, well, there was one. I think we have a tenant there now, a new tenant who they're also trying to turn against me. But I swear to God, I hope you do not get yourself involved in this stupid ass fucking shit. Um, and then the lockbox that's on apartment 203's apartment. So it's actually the lock boxes that fucked you guys up, because the lock boxes let me know that you are going through what I believe to be abatement or remediation. And that's what made me remember back to when the last time I saw a lockbox on that apartment. And that makes me think that that's what also happened last time, because I remember the circumstances prior to the lockbox being put on the door. And it was a woman inside of her apartment who was very distraught and upset at the mess she had. But it was before you had a boyfriend. So I don't know if your boyfriend is what brought this motherfucking shit over here or what, but already the experience that I had with you was not one that made me ever want to be friends or associate with you. It was the Marilyn Monroe tenant. If anybody in Hollywood knows Marilyn Monroe from out on the boulevard, she fucking yelled at this bitch because she had her like a makeup package stolen. She used to get a makeup subscription, and this girl stole her package, and she knew she stole it. I don't know how she knew, but she knew she stole. I think she watched her take it, and she went to her apartment, knocked on her door, and demanded her shit back, and she got it back. Like, I'm pretty sure she got it back. And then Marilyn eventually ended up moving out of the building, I believe. I don't know if that's the other girl, the Peach's mom, or I don't know. It's just Marilyn used to wear a wig, so I'm not too sure what she looks like as a person. So there was that let me know that that tenant, at least the redheaded girl who lived in the apartment at that time, was not a tenant to leave your stuff around, not a tenant to be trusted. So that lockbox means the person's coming back. That lockbox means there's going to be work done in that unit and the person's coming back, or they're just waiting for me to leave. Either way, I've put together the constant harassment at the door and the holding at the door, the actual trafficking. The act of trafficking is blocking my entrance or exit to the building, and that allows them time to make sure that they're able to open their door right as I'm passing by. So if this apartment is going through mold abatement or remediation, that is a very dangerous apartment to walk past. That means there's open walls in there. There's just a ton of fucking mold spores coming out of there. So every time they open their door, that smell possibly is just like the smell of all the fucking moldy shit. And they very purposely wait, like on days when I'm bringing my groceries in and out. And now I understand why they always have to be present when I bring my groceries in or out. They have on every level tried to make me angry with this smell. The smell is enough to make any reasonable person yell out in anger. Like, what the fuck is that? So imagine coming home to that every day, every weekend that I have to go out every other week. I go shopping like every other weekend. They're very well aware of my schedule. The reason I reference IMSI is because that's how they are able to pinpoint exactly where I'm at, and that's how they're able to meet me where I'm at. In order to try to set it up to look like we're acquaintances. So if in the event of my passing, they're like, no, she's friends with all of these people that go in and out of this house, right? I have to walk past their apartment in order to get to my apartment. So if they hold me at the door or on the stairs, or if they're really funny in the hallway and they make me not want to walk, they control exactly where my cell phone goes, right? So all of this together is a conspiracy, and I am not afraid to admit it or to say it, because they're not going to move their meth lab, their money-making fucking prize out of the building and then not really try to kill me, right? Like, when you think about people who are dealing in these drugs, their brains are gone. And that's how they fucked up, because I stopped smoking weed. They tried to make it look like I smoked their shit. And that's what I documented that experience at that smokehouse. I smoked 2 different joints. I did end up smoking the second joint, and while I don't think it was the same as the first joint, there was still something funky about it, funky enough for me to not finish smoking. I still have it. I still have it. So if anybody needs to test it, it's still within my little my compartment on my stroller. Um, so I squeezed out as much of it as I could, but I kept the this part because I don't want anybody getting a hold of my shit, because I've been well aware of what they're trying to do. Um, this should not be happening to anybody. The amount of law enforcement that are involved, the amount of my former employers that are involved, my family, my own family members that are involved, lead me to believe that this is a conspiracy. When my boss at Weinstock Mannion told me, everyone's going to know your name by the time we're done with you, or by the time you're through here, something like that, that was not, she was not like joking or anything. That, I believe that this has everything to do with that. And what's even funnier is that they got hit with a RICO. Like, they got named in a RICO complaint. That's the funniest part to me. I was able to find that out before they were able to take me down with them. So I was able to leave that firm. And what is happening right now is somebody in a high position somewhere is falling down a tunnel, and they're grabbing at any and everyone that they can reach for. And that's how I ended up there, because I would have never accepted a temporary position had I not been set up by the previous employer, at which a bank wire fraud occurred, and they tried to get me involved in it by making sure that it was on an account in which I had to send emails back and forth with someone with. But there was never an email where I sent any wire information. The wire information was provided by the lady's accountant or whatever, accounts manager. And if their emails were intercepted, that has nothing to do with me. I was very forthcoming. I've even reported it to the labor commissioner, and the labor commissioner said that there's no jurisdiction. So I didn't want to press it. I was able to get another job after that. It's not something that I was worried about, but I should be worried about it, because it's crimes that are committed that have the potential to be seen as committed in my name if they're able to successfully murder me. So here's this video. It's very much like Kirby or whatever. All of these people, this is an organization of people who set people up in order for them to prosper. And by prosper, I mean steal from people like their clients. When people have access and knowledge of someone with a lot of money, they're going to steal it. When crooked people do. So imagine, for me, it's nothing, right? I've never had a lot of money, so not having any money is not too big of a deal. But imagine you have multi-million dollars and you're risking losing everything, including your fucking right to freedom. What are you gonna fucking do? That's mobster shit. So I'm not worried about dying. I know who I'm dealing with. I know that you are definitely trying to get out of this scot-free with clean hands, and you won't, because I'm going to name every single one of you, and I don't give a shit about a lawsuit. I don't have any money. You're going to sue the dirt. You're going to sue a fucking rock. Squeezing water from a rock is impossible. I don't know. You have to use some kind of crazy machinery, and maybe you have access to that, but it's not me. So we can continue this, but what I want to say is, the holding at the door and an LV bag girl calling me sweetie repeatedly, even though I have definitely communicated that I don't want to have anything to do with her, being standoffish, standing far enough back to where, like, there's no communication. I used to record it because it was so annoying and so harassing, but then they kept telling me they're trying to set me up for sexual harassment. And when you look up the definition, I asked AI to tell me, is this harassment if somebody continues? I've known it is. You cannot call someone sweetie when they've expressed to you that they don't want to communicate with you. That is impossible. You should not do that. So her continuing to call me sweetie at the door is simply to try to get an angry response out of me, but I know the law. So that's why you're fucking stupid. So here's where we are. Once I got confirmation from AI and I posted the photos as the thumbnail of my picture, I don't need to do much more. But all that calling me sweetie today, sweetie, let me tell you, you just ruined it for everybody. You calling me sweetie today is what sealed your fucking fate. because I'm tired of seeing you and I finally want to speak out about it. I don't need to videotape you. I don't need, I'm not harassing. I am not the harasser, bitch. Um, so what happens is Saweetie, who is not a resident here. I don't believe she's a resident. She doesn't have a key, but she has the code to the gate. I've lived here 11 years and I've never had a code to the gate. And my name's not even on the box anymore. And they switched the key to this funky ass key that anybody could get. It's a key that can easily be duplicated. It's not even a key. I have every single key that has been switched. There's like 11 fucking, it's just about every year we get a new gate key. I have every single one, and every single one up until this last gate key has been a regular do not duplicate key. This last gate key is very easily duplicatable. I wonder why. Um, I found the back door open today when I went to take out the trash, and I know who left it open. It was the guy who came up the stairs to try to provoke a reaction out of me. The door being open and me, I'm not worried about my safety. I told you I don't care if I die. I've already said enough. I've already said enough to put all you motherfuckers in jail. And the only reason you wouldn't get put in jail is because the police don't want to do anything about it. But I've left a very clear, you don't even have to investigate this shit. You go to my YouTube and watch any one of these videos, maybe the latest ones, and you're going to solve it all like that. So there should never ever be a question about my death. There's no need to portray me as a motherfucking scoundrel, scumbag, grimy gremlin in the public, because we've done a walk around my apartment, right? I would like to have you walk around her apartment. Anything that smells like that's got cat shit on the walls, and maybe it's not cat shit, it's drug residue. Have you ever seen the cleaning of a meth unit? They go in there with Tyvek suits on and they gotta gut the whole fucking place. It's gonna be 6 months that they're out of there at least. Maybe years even. So I don't really have much more to say after this, but holding me at the gate allows them to open their door long enough for all their fucking sporage to come out, and then I'm pulling my cart up the stairs kind of sweaty, and any spores that are just floating around in the air, millions of fucking black mold spores that are floating around in the air will attach to my arm. That's why I have Petri dish skirt in my apartment, because I'm smarter than you. So Petri dish skirt got brushed up against like 10 times today after I had to walk through the hallway past their stank ass apartment. You're not setting me up. You got yourself set up, you fucking dumb bitches. I'm a Gates student. You think I couldn't do this? I don't need the cops. Maybe I should be a judge. Anyway, I'm gonna watch and check and show you what the skirt looks like, and to see if my precautionary measures at removing the mold from my body are what is actually saving my apartment from being consumed in mold. I do know that every time that my apartment has been flooded, like for example on August, I believe it was August 24th, is August of 2024, August like 21st of 2024, something like that. Almost a year, 2 years ago to the T. Let me see. I may have it. I definitely have notes about it. I have it written in a journal somewhere. But the day that flood occurred, I have videos of it for sure. The day that flood occurred, I called on-site management, I want to say 6 a.m., right? At 6 a.m. was when I had first noticed all the rings from my cameras. They're telling me there's water in your bathtub and shit. They didn't tell me that. It was just my phone kept going off like bing, bing, bing. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I check it, and I checked the video, said, oh my God, my bathtub is overflowing. Immediately, I send a message to on-site manager James Warren, if you want to know the full name. And he used to work for Sega. Hold on. That's concerning for me, given what I believe a lot of these networks are involved in. Sega is a network that has access to kids. He worked on the internet portion of it too, I believe. But Sega has access to kids, gives you access to, it's like Roblox, if you're working on the internet side of it. So anyways, this man does not come into my apartment for 2 hours. Letting water overflow from a bathtub for 2 hours is going to create the nastiest fucking mess below. And that's how they're going to try to blame me. They're trying to make it look after they kill me, whatever, or in the event that they do decide to try to take my ass to court, they're just going to use whatever the damage is, right? They're like, look, they came from your apartment. I have video. I have proof I was out of town. I was at my mom's house. I have proof that I was out of town and they did not put a snake in the drain, even after being notified at 6 a.m., right? Your on-site manager, even though you're not like on call, 6 a.m. is in an emergency, a water emergency, you should get your ass down there right away. Why do you have a key to my apartment if you're not going to get down there to take care of an emergency? So, 8 a.m., 2 hours of letting the water overflow and soak into every single corner, every single place possible. That created an issue that I'm dealing with now today. 2 years. It took 2 years for the wood in my hallway to rot enough so that every time I walk through the hallway, I can hear the ladder that I have there squeak. It squeaks because the floor is rotted, and each time I walk through, it changes the what is it? What am I trying to say? It changes the level of the floor enough to make the ladder on my wall move back and forth, because that's how unstable the ground between my bathroom and my kitchen is. And they're trying to make it look like I'm the cause of. Bitch said it's no motherfucking circulation. Do you not see any of the fans? I have a ceiling fan. My ceiling fan runs. You guys can't turn it off anymore. So, the ceiling fan runs. That's enough circulation to push air on the ground. If everything's on casters, there should not be any reason for mold to be in my apartment, and there hasn't been up until recently. And I don't know exactly where the molds come from, if it's come from when they've come in to do inspections, if it's come in from the hallway, if it's come in from the wheels of my stroller, but I have my guesses. And seeing mold in my car, I know that mold's on the wheels of my stroller, which is why I have to clean it. I have to carry around a bottle of motherfucking vinegar with me every time I enter and exit the house to protect the motherfucking community. So there's that. What else? Right? It's just like so hard for me to understand how come people don't see how nasty these people are, and they're so quick to point fingers at me and judge me. Are you guys all meth addicts? Is everybody in Hollywood, East Hollywood, fucking addicted to methamphetamine? Is it more than meth? What is it? It's not weed. If it was weed, we would be friends. If it was weed, we would fucking hang out. So, I'm not into that other shit. I don't do that other shit. That's not me. The second that I thought that somebody gave me a motherfucking joint laced with that shit, I quit smoking weed. I don't need to smoke weed anymore, even, because I am so against that other shit. So, there's no way. It's going to be impossible to tie me into your bullshit. Doesn't matter how many times I've said on here about my past history or drug use or whatever. You can paint the narrative however you want. Me today, in this age, in my fucking sane ass mind, I am not involved in any of that shit. What other things do I want to say? The smell in their apartment creates the flies. While I can't necessarily blame them for flies, everyone's responsible for their own shit. That's why I have a fly swatter. I don't have anything in here that's causing the flies unless the flies are getting in here and laying eggs. Right now, the lemons that I have, the flies are not even attracted to lemons because they're not fruit flies. They're like shit flies. So I didn't have them before. Only reason I would have flies because my cat poops. Okay, so I'll clean that up. Once I clean up my cat poop, there should not be any fucking flies in here. Right? And I definitely do not go longer than 3, maybe 4 days without cleaning it. My cat will tell me to clean it. My cat, you saw how earlier she asked me she wanted to eat. She does the same fucking, not the same shit, but she knows how to tell me when it's time to clean her shit. Like, she's not a dirty cat. I'm not a dirty person. She's not a dirty cat. So, can't do that. There's people who leave cat shit in their shit way longer than me that don't have any of these fucking problems. So, nope, we're not doing that. Please fix my apartment or buy me out of this shit. And then I'm going to go ahead. I think I've already tagged the video in which Drake Real Estate, Bo Drake, is talking about why It's not worth it to buy tenants out. Why is it not worth it to buy tenants out when you could just bring a trap house in? Tell me why.